Eleanor Thompson was 72 years old, a widow living in the quiet suburb of Maplewood, Ohio, in the same three-bedroom ranch house she and her late husband Robert had bought back in 1978. The house wasn't fancy, a modest brick home with a white picket fence, a small backyard overlooking a creek, and a living room dominated by a stone fireplace that Robert had built himself. But it was paid off, hers free and clear, and it held every memory of their 45 years together. The kids' birthday parties, Thanksgiving dinners, the night Robert proposed in the kitchen over burnt toast. Robert had passed 5 years earlier from a sudden heart attack. Eleanor had managed fine on her own at first, Social Security, a small pension from his railroad job, and some savings in conservative investments. She gardened, volunteered at the local library, and attended church every Sunday. Life was simple, peaceful. Then came the troubles with her children. She had 3. Mark, the eldest at 48, a salesman who bounced between jobs. Sarah, 45, a part-time nurse with a string of bad relationships. And Emily, the youngest at 42, who had married young and divorced twice. None of them had saved much. Mark and his wife Lisa had lost their home to foreclosure during the 2008 crash and had been temporarily staying with friends ever since. Sarah's latest boyfriend had left her with credit card debt. Emily lived in a cramped apartment with her teenage son, complaining constantly about the noise from neighbors. It started innocently enough. Mark called one day. "Mom, Lisa and I are between places. Could we crash with you for a month or two, just until I close this big deal?" Eleanor, ever the nurturing mother, agreed. "Of course, honey. Family helps family." A month turned into 6. Then Sarah needed a place after her breakup. "Just temporarily, Mom, I promise." Emily followed soon after, saying her lease was up and rents were skyrocketing. Before Eleanor knew it, her quiet home was overflowing. Mark and Lisa took the master bedroom. "We need the space for our stuff, Mom." Sarah claimed the guest room. Emily and her grandson took the basement, which Eleanor had used as a sewing room. Eleanor was relegated to the small den off the kitchen, sleeping on a pull-out couch that aggravated her arthritis. At first, she didn't mind. She cooked big meals, did the laundry, paid the utilities that tripled overnight. "They're my kids," she'd tell her friend Betty over coffee. "They need me." But things changed slowly, insidiously. Mark started complaining about the TV volume. "Turn it down, Mom, I'm on a work call." He'd sprawl in Robert's old recliner, remote in hand, barking orders like he owned the place. Lisa rarely lifted a finger, spending days online shopping with Eleanor's supplementary credit card. "It's just for emergencies, but thanks, Eleanor." Sarah brought home stray boyfriends who ate everything in the fridge and left dishes piling up. Emily's grandson blasted video games until midnight, and when Eleanor gently asked for quiet, Emily snapped, "Mom, he's a teenager, deal with it." The disrespect grew. Mark would snap, "Old lady, this living room is for relaxing. Go knit in your room." Sarah mocked Eleanor's old-fashioned cooking. Lisa rolled her eyes when Eleanor mentioned her aching back from the uncomfortable couch. The finances hit hardest. Eleanor noticed her bank account dwindling. Utilities skyrocketed. Internet for Mark's work, cable with premium sports packages, groceries for 7 people instead of 1. She'd gifted Mark money for a business opportunity that never panned out, helped Sarah with debt payments, covered Emily's car repairs. One evening, after a particularly rough day, Mark yelling because dinner wasn't ready fast enough, Lisa complaining about the outdated kitchen, Eleanor sat alone in the den, staring at an old photo of her and Robert on their 40th anniversary. She felt invisible in her own home, shrunk to fit everyone else's needs. That night, she couldn't sleep. At 2 a.m., she got up, made herself a cup of tea, the first one in months without someone demanding she make them one too, and opened her laptop. She searched quietly. How to protect my home from family exploitation, elder financial abuse, evicting family members. The stories she read mirrored her own. Widows pressured to sign over deeds, elderly parents supporting lazy adult children who contributed nothing. One woman wrote about freezing credit cards and serving eviction notices, reclaiming her dignity. Eleanor felt a spark, not anger exactly, resolve. The next morning, while the house was still quiet, she dressed in her best slacks and blouse, the ones she saved for church, and drove to the office of Thomas Riley, an estate attorney recommended by her library friend. Thomas was in his 50s, kind-eyed, with a no-nonsense demeanor. "I own my house outright," Eleanor explained calmly. "My children and their families are living there rent-free, no lease. They've been there over 3 years now. I pay everything. And they're not respectful." Thomas nodded. "In Ohio, even family members become tenants after 30 days if there's no written agreement. You can terminate tenancy." "I want them out," Eleanor said, her voice steady. "I need to know how." He outlined the process. 30-day notice to vacate, served properly. If they didn't leave, file for eviction in court. Also, protect assets, change beneficiaries, freeze supplementary cards, perhaps set up a revocable trust. Eleanor left with papers in hand and a plan in her heart. Back home, she waited until evening when everyone was gathered in the living room. Mark in the recliner, Lisa scrolling her phone, Sarah painting her nails, Emily on the couch with her son. "I have something to say," Eleanor announced, standing tall despite her 5'4" frame. They looked up irritably. "I've decided it's time for a change. This house is mine. You've all been here long enough. I'm giving you 30 days to find your own places." Silence, then chaos. Mark laughed first. "Mom, come on, be serious." "I am serious." She handed each a copy of the notice Thomas had prepared. "This is formal. 30 days. Sarah's mouth dropped. "You're evicting us? Your own kids?" Lisa jumped in. "This is ridiculous. We've been helping you." "Helping?" Eleanor's voice rose slightly, the first time in years. "By eating my food, running up my bills, treating me like a maid?" Emily teared up. "Mom, where are we supposed to go?" "That's for you to figure out. You've had years rent-free. Time to adult." Mark stood, towering over her. "You can't do this. We're family." "Family respects each other," Eleanor replied calmly. "You haven't." The yelling started then. Accusations of cruelty, ungratefulness. After all we've done, though none could name what. Threats. "You'll be alone in a nursing home." Eleanor didn't argue. She simply walked to her den, closed the door, and called Thomas to confirm service. The next day, she took further steps, called the bank to freeze supplementary cards, changed passwords on accounts, transferred savings to a new account only in her name, updated her will, leaving equal shares but with a trust to prevent immediate sell-off of the house. The house turned hostile. Silent treatments, slammed doors. Mark accidentally broke a lamp. Sarah left passive-aggressive notes. "Thanks for nothing, Mom." Eleanor stayed at Betty's for a few nights to avoid the tension. Betty, another widow, understood. "Good for you, Ellie. Boundaries aren't cruel, they're survival." Texts poured in from the kids. Pleas, guilt trips, anger. "Mom, think about the grandkids." Sarah, "You're breaking the family." Emily, "How can you do this to us?" Eleanor responded once. "I've thought about it for years. Now I'm acting." She hired a locksmith to change the locks after the 30 days, legal once notice expired, and eviction filed if needed. Day 30 came.
Eleanor waited at Thomas's office while a process server delivered final papers. Mark refused to leave at first, court date set, but facing actual eviction on record and potential back rent claims, he relented. They packed angrily, muttering about ungrateful mothers. Sarah left tearfully, hugging Eleanor stiffly. "I hope you're happy alone." Emily was last, her grandson in tow. "Mom, I'm sorry. We took advantage." Eleanor nodded. "Yes, you did, but you can change." The moving truck pulled away. Eleanor stood on the porch, keys in hand, the only set now. She walked inside. The house was messy, scuffs on walls, stains on carpet, empty rooms echoing. But it was hers. She started small, cleaned the kitchen herself, scrubbing away years of neglect, opened windows to air out the staleness, reclaimed the master bedroom, making the bed with fresh sheets that smelled of lavender, hired painters for soft beige walls, a handyman to fix what was broken. She bought a new recliner, hers, not Robert's old one, and set the TV volume to whatever she liked. Friends came over, Betty, church ladies, tea and boundaries gatherings, where widows shared stories, lawyers' numbers, tips on trusts and wills. One evening, months later, Eleanor sat by the fireplace with a glass of wine, watching the flames. Her phone buzzed. "Sarah, can I come for dinner? Just me?" Eleanor smiled. "Yes, as a guest." Sarah arrived humble. "Mom, I got a better job, paying my own bills." They talked, not about the past, but forward. Mark called eventually, apologetic, after hitting bottom. Eleanor helped with a referral to a job program. No money, no home. Emily visited often, her grandson in tow, respectful now. Eleanor mentored others, started a small group, Silver Boundaries, Widows Empowering Widows. Shared her story, how she confronted exploitation head-on, protected her assets, reclaimed her home. She updated her will again, fair shares but with conditions, no selling the house without agreement, funds for care if needed. One day, looking at Robert's photo, she whispered, "I did it, honey, kept our home ours." The house breathed again, quiet, warm, filled with her choices, volume on the TV just right, meals when she wanted, peace. Eleanor Thompson, widow no longer defined by loss, but by strength. At 72, she wasn't shrinking anymore. She was owning her space, her life, her future. And in Maplewood, Ohio, word spread. Don't mistake kindness for weakness. Even at 72, a woman can reclaim her keys.
"You have the right to 30 days' notice, which I'm giving you," Magaret said. "After that, I'll file for formal eviction if necessary." Ryan paced. "Think about the girls. You'd put them on the street?" "I'm not putting anyone on the street. You have 30 days, savings from 3 years of no rent or utilities, and both of you work. You'll find something." The yelling continued, accusations of cruelty, selfishness, threats of never speaking again. Magaret didn't raise her voice. When it became too much, she walked to her bedroom, closed the door, and texted Gloria, "Spending the night at your place." The next 48 hours were tense. Magaret stayed mostly at Gloria's, returning only to water plants and check mail. She received frantic texts. "Ryan, Mom, let's talk. This is crazy." "Ashley, the girls are asking for you. How can you do this?" Magaret responded once. "The notice stands. Use the time wisely." Then, on the third day, the tap turned off. First, the internet died mid-afternoon. Ryan's Zoom call with a potential client froze. He stormed into the kitchen where Magaret was reading. "Internet's out. I had a sale on the line." Magaret sipped her tea. "I suspended service. It's in my name." His jaw dropped. "You what?" "Suspended. You can get your own when you move. Next came cable. The Dolphins game cut to black. Ryan cursed loudly. Then the AC unit shut down. Power company had remotely disabled non-essential load during the renovation hold. The house grew warm quickly in the Florida heat. Ashley confronted Margaret in the hallway. "It's 88 degrees in here. The girls are miserable." Margaret met her eyes. "Fans are in the garage, or you could look at apartments with central air." The final blow. Ashley tried to buy groceries. Card declined. She called Margaret, voice shaking. "My card's not working. We're at Publix with a full cart." "It's not your card," Margaret replied evenly. "It was a supplementary card on my account. I closed it." Silence on the line. Then, "You're cutting us off completely?" "I'm no longer subsidizing a lifestyle that disrespects me." That evening, Ryan banged on Margaret's bedroom door. "We need to talk, now." Margaret opened it, composed in a fresh blouse. "We're talking." He pushed past her, Ashley behind him. "This is financial abuse, elder abuse. I'll call Adult Protective Services." "You can," Margaret said. "They'll see a homeowner protecting her assets from exploitation." Ashley tried tears. "Margaret, please, we're family." Family doesn't call their mother an old lady with a live-in maid on the phone. Ashley flushed. Ryan switched tactics. "Okay, we'll pay rent. How much?" Margaret shook her head. "It's not about rent anymore. It's about respect and independence. You need to stand on your own." The next weeks were a slow unraveling. Without internet, Ryan couldn't work from home effectively. He spent days at the library or McDonald's Wi-Fi, growing irritable. Ashley picked up extra shifts, leaving the girls with Margaret more often, an irony not lost on anyone. They searched for housing, but credit checks revealed issues: old collections, high debt to income from years of minimal payments. Landlords wanted first, last, and security. Ryan asked Margaret for a loan. She refused. Margaret spent nights at Gloria's or the Marriott downtown when tension peaked. She bought new linens for her future reclaimed bedroom, a new mattress, paint samples in soft coastal blues. At the 20-day mark, Ryan and Ashley sat Margaret down. "We found a place," Ryan said quietly. 3-bedroom townhouse in Bradenton. It's tight, but we qualify if we put down extra. Margaret nodded. "Good." "We need help with the deposit," Ashley added quickly. Margaret considered. "I'll pay the application fees, nothing more. You saved 3 years of rent money, use it." Ryan's face tightened, but he didn't argue. The move happened on day 29. Margaret stayed away, checking into the Hyatt Regency downtown. She ordered room service, shrimp cocktail and Chardonnay, and watched the sunset over the bay from her balcony. Her phone buzzed with updates from Gloria, who'd stopped by to observe. "They're packing, lots of yelling, but moving." By evening, truck loaded, they're gone. Margaret returns the next morning. The house was disheveled, scuffs on walls, sticky fingerprints, empty rooms echoing, but quiet, gloriously quiet. She opened every window, letting Gulf breeze sweep through, started cleaning methodically, kitchen first, scrubbing counters that hadn't been truly clean in years, lanai next, hosing off pollen and forgotten toys. She painted the master bedroom herself, soft aqua walls, white trim, bought a new king bed, luxurious sheets, pillows she chose alone, reclaimed the living room sectional, remote in her hand, volume exactly as she liked. Friends came over. Gloria, bridge partners, neighbors. Margaret hosted tea and boundaries gatherings, widows and single women sharing stories, exchanging attorney names, tips on trusts, warnings about supplementary cards. Ryan called 2 weeks later. "The girls miss you. Can we visit?" "Yes," Margaret said, "as guests. Sunday brunch." They arrived tentative. Chloe and Madison ran to her, hugs fierce. Ryan and Ashley were subdued, polite. Over mimosas on the lanaya, Ashley spoke softly. "We're making it. Tight budget, but we're okay. I see now we took advantage." Ryan nodded. "I'm sorry, Mom, really." Margaret accepted the apology without lingering on past hurts. We moved forward. Visits became regular, always as guests. The girls stayed overnight occasionally, but Ryan and Ashley left by evening. Margaret updated her will, house to Ryan eventually, but in a trust requiring he maintain it or sell proceeds split with the charity for elder financial literacy. She added a letter. "Ownership comes with responsibility. Respect the home and the person who built it." 1 year later, Margaret sat on her lanaya at dusk, watching egrets fish. The house glowed with her choices: new art on walls, plants thriving, music playing softly from her speaker. Her phone buzzed. A text from Gloria. "Another widow needs advice. Betty's son wants her to co-sign a loan." Margaret smiled. "Tell her to come Wednesday. Tea at 4. She set the phone down, adjusted the volume 1 notch higher, and exhaled. The tap was off, the house was hers, the life inside it too. Finally, fully.